This is full squad.
Roll.
You. Oh. Jump. Arm. Knee.
This is full squat.
Punch it, gearbox, strengthen that signal, break through that interference. Come on, do it. These people need us. It is Monday, and who doggy? Yeah, hey there, recruit. Welcome back to the Rebel Rank House of G, home of the OGG, the original geek and the original gamer. Who doggy? Let me tell you. I hope you had a fantastic weekend there, and I hope your Monday's starting off well. And yeah, it's Monday, so yeah. If you got the Monday blues there, well, hopefully this House of G will help you punch through those blues and start off your week a little bit nicer there. So, who doggy? All right. Yeah, so the House of G, yeah, we're just here to geek out. And as you may or may not know, I do have a main channel, Rebel Squadron. Excuse me. And things are coming together over there, so 1 second. Yeah, I might need to start doing some sort of voice warm-up exercises or something. Jiminy Cricket, man. So much to learn, let me tell you. So yeah, the Rebel Squadron's coming together. I'm starting to get my legs underneath me over there. So I've kind of had to cut back on Rebel Rant here a bit. However, House of G is definitely a mainstay at this point. And as soon as I get things settled down over there, yeah, I'll definitely be back over here more often and whatnot. So don't worry, not going anywhere. But in the meantime, we can at least have some fun, help break in those Mondays, and kick off the week, with something a little bit lighter there at least. So if you're new to the channel, let me show you what's going on here. I've got a stack of comic books I've been going through that need bagged and boarded. They've literally been sitting around since roughly 1996, 97, 98. Ooh, doggy. 23 years minimum at this point. Some of them are in surprisingly good condition. A few of them a little bit on the rough side, as you might expect. So that's what's going on here. Going through them, just checking out the stories, and then I bag and board them and put them in the box. So here's the box. It's not your typical comic book box. Discovered a company called BCW, and they got some really nice stuff, let me tell you. I know I had something wrong here. Come on, really nice. Gearbox. Come on. Let's get this thing going. No, you can go there. Yeah, no, you can actually go there. Okay, alright. Get in there, folks. Bear with me. Okay, so here's our box here for the comics. We got Transformers. Ooh, doggy. Old school style. This is from IDW. I will say this, they definitely got the look down. Those definitely look like my childhood Transformers there, let me tell you. And then on the side of the box here, we got one Optimus Prime wielding the Spark of Life. Tell me that's not cool right there. Jimmy Cricket. Oh, and it gets better. All right. So here we go. So then in the lid of the box, it doesn't stop there. Yep, so we got one Optimus Prime claiming the clock, one Megatron, as it should be. Good versus evil. Optimus Prime has always been, probably my favorite Transformer of all time. I got quite a few favorites, but he's definitely the top of the list there for me. And yeah, that is just some cool stuff right there. It's just a great way to make, you storing your collection is just that much more fun. And I have to say, it was definitely a worthwhile purchase. No doubt about that. So yeah, I've been collecting comic books since I was a kid. Currently my collection has just a ballpark figure, at least 600-700 comic books. And I've lived a fairly nomadic life throughout a good part of my life. So as you can imagine, it makes it very difficult to take proper care of something like a comic book collection. So as a result, well, I've had quite a few comic books there that are in dire need of some attention, such as bagging and boarding. And over the last few weeks and whatnot, I've been getting through that stack, and it's been a lot of fun, let me tell you. Since today we're going to start off with Batman Aftershock. Yep. So we're looking at issue number 556, July of 1998. Now I vaguely remember Aftershock. What was that? Was that an earthquake? Maybe a giant earthquake or something? Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it was a big old thing back in the day. And this particular issue is not in too... Ooh. Well, the front cover is definitely in better condition. Slight crease on the corner. But then on the back cover, ooh. Yeah, the back got beat up a bit more. So, yeah. I'm actually not sure on that. I'm assuming the whole cover matters, even though it is on the back cover. So that definitely brings down the quality of the issue there, which is unfortunate, but that is life. And quite frankly, I am very fortunate to have my collection at all at this point. And for that, I am grateful, let me tell you. So yeah, Batman number 556. Let's go ahead and skim through the story here, see if we can get a idea of what's going on. It's really fun doing this, let me tell you, because you know a lot of stuff I've forgotten so much about these issues and stories. Yeah, Aftershock looks like there was yeah, definitely some sort of earthquake type deal going on. You got Batman and Robin in some sort of tunnel or cavern or something. That might even be the Batcave for all I know. Let's take a look here. Or it might be a subway. Or someplace else altogether. Okay, so he's talking about a subway, but no, I think this might actually be the Batcave. Yeah, it looks like it's the Batcave. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but right there on that panel, there's a Robin costume, the old school one, possibly Tim Drake's. Wait a minute. Or not Tim Drake. This is Tim Drake. Jason? Was it? Oh, man. Jiminy Cricket, it's been so long, let me tell you. I've got the names all mixed up in my head. Yep, definitely the Batcave, because over here, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's the giant Joker card. Well, the Joker card, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be like oversized and everything. So yeah, this is definitely the remains of the Batcave here. Then over here we got Legends of the Dark Knight as a commercial, well, an ad rather, for another Batman series. Gotta love the comic book ads in the comic books. Those are almost as much fun as the comic book itself. And this is a good example here. So we got a toy ad for some action figures from Kenner. And as you guessed it, yep, they're from the Batman universe. Welcome to the nightmare. Ooh doggy, let me tell you. Yeah, it's comic books, they're just fun. They're just straight up fun. So the nice things about them, you can just dive right in, forget about life for a while, and it's not a bad way to escape reality for just a little bit there. And then there's something about a bank going on. Hold on. Okay, so yes, the big old earthquake devastated Gotham City. He comes across a bank, and there's some people down there hanging out. Doesn't look like they're actually trying to rob the place, as far as I can tell. And when he, let's see exactly what it says here. Yeah, so he's threatening them to send him back to jail and whatnot, or send him to jail. Past ranking and accomplices. Oh, wait a minute, these guys are criminals. Apparently, yes, apparently they're already part of a gang or something like that. And they're ready to go back to jail after this massive earthquake, because then they'll have a stable roof over their heads and 3 meals a day. You know it's bad when the criminals actually prefer going to prison. Jiminy Cricket. And then, okay, so we got a building here that's been condemned because of the damage from the earthquake. And some old coot is in there. He's like, I'm not leaving. This is my home. Yeah, there's always going to be some character that is just reluctant to, well, do the sensible thing, even though, well, sometimes, yeah. In this case, yeah, the building's, it's just about to crumble on down. And Batman, well, this being a unique situation. I mean, he's out there he wants to protect people. That is his ultimate goal. So he shows up, boom, he's like, you need to get out of here. This is a dangerous place. And basically just scares the living crap out of the guy. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. Okay, so yeah, his timing is perfect as always. Pretty much the exact opposite of my timing. And boom, yeah, Batman shows up at just the right time because the building finally starts to cave in, and he's able to save this gentleman. You know, shoots the bat line out somewhere, connects somewhere, and is able to swing the guy to safety. And the cops are like, hey, how'd you get out of there? What happened? And apparently the guy doesn't know who Batman is. Because he's like a scary guy, but good guy. It finally refers to him as some sort of dark angel. I don't know how he doesn't know who Batman is. That's a little interesting right there. And yeah, so it's just the Gotham City has been hit hard by some sort of earthquake, and I think earthquakes aren't supposed to be terribly common there. And it's about Batman just trying to do what he can to help the city out, to help save people that are in trouble and help them survive until they can rebuild. So it's, I don't know. At least that's what this particular issue focused on. And I don't know. Kind of got mixed feelings about it. Like, obviously they were trying to go for something big, something shocking, some big, huge story arc because that's what comic books are about. The stories are about. You gotta get those story arcs in there. Sometimes you have like a single issue story. Sometimes you have the story arcs that go on for several issues, and then you have these huge arcs that go on for like indefinitely, and then they plug in all kinds of different little arcs and one shots within that storyline and everything. So I don't know. Mixed feelings about it. I would have to read more of the Aftershock series to really get a full feel for it. It is always difficult to get a full feel with just one issue, unless it happens to be one of those issues that just like socks you in the gut and really has something really outstanding going for it. This one was kind of run of the mill, and I don't know. I mean, it does show the human side of Batman there. He saves that gentleman and whatnot. He does it doing it Batman style. Scares the crap out of the guy. But in the end, he saves him from certain death. And the gentleman does recognize the fact that Batman was trying to help him out and did in fact save his life. So this is back in 1998. This is before the Heroes in Crisis nonsense. He does face off against some criminals. I don't know. Like I said, it's just one issue. It's kind of hard to tell. So at this point, I'm kind of just like really either way with it. It was an okay read. Nothing really memorable to say. It was okay. Nothing I can really complain about. So there you have it. Batman Aftershock. July of 1998, issue number 556. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this baby bagged and boarded and ready for storage. Boop, boop, boop. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, that's odd. Oh, there's always something new going on with this. Okay, it's not what I thought. Man, the streaming stuff of Jiminy Cricket. Every time I get it fixed and working the way I want it to, something new pops up. I can't explain it. It's always something. Just always something. Okay, So you want to take the corner binder, slide that in first, boom, chakalaka, and the rest of it should go in smooth as butter. It helps to keep the actual page side from getting hung up on the board itself, which can make it pretty difficult to get in the bag, and it has the potential to cause damage to the comic book. So you do have to be careful about how you insert them into the bag with the board. There we have it, Batman Aftershock, bagged and boarded, ready for storage. I tell you, I'm having so much fun doing this, you have no idea. Yeah, the last time I was in a comic book store, it had to be like 2012, 2013. The last time I actually remember being in one was 2012. I did find a stack. It was like some bag with my comic books in there, and there was a receipt for 2013. So apparently I stopped somewhere. I'm thinking it might have been the same comic book store, so which might be why I don't remember it necessarily. Yeah, that's the last time, because things had gotten so bad at that point that I stopped spending money on it. And the state of comic books in the last few years alone it's gotten even worse, and to the point where I'm not the only one that recognizes the hot mess that it is. People comic books in general are just struggling. They're in bad they're in trouble right now. So yeah, it's been a while, and this has been so much fun for me, going back in time, back to when I was still able to enjoy comic books for the stories, for the characters, before they had butchered them so badly you can't even recognize them nowadays. And it's just been this beautiful trip down memory lane, let me tell you. I've just enjoyed it so much. Okay, so now we're going to get into one here. This one's a little bit different, a little more unique. Let's see here. So we got one, Battle Chasers. You may or may not know of this particular series. This is what was it? Cliffhanger. Image. Yeah. So it was Image Comics and something about Cliffhanger. I don't know if it was like some sort of subdivision of Image Comics, but Battle Chasers, boom. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to what caught my attention on this particular issue. It definitely motivated me to pick it up, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. This is how you draw comic book women. I'm just going to leave it at that. Boom. Yummy, yummy. Okay, so, yeah. Battle Chasers. This is number 3 from July of 1998. Let me tell you. Yeah, that's, 23 years at this point? 20 and a half. No, wait, 22 and a half, rather. All in all, it's in pretty good condition. Yeah, this is one of those ones that actually survived quite nicely. Yeah, honestly, I'm not seeing much of anything on here. This is in really good condition. Oh, there's a little something with the ink. Okay, so it's not too terribly bad. It's in really good condition. There is a little bit of wear with the ink on the very edges by the binder. Other than that, though, it's in great shape. Yeah, they did a good job putting this one together. And then on the back here, we got, boom, one of those milk mustache commercials. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she's got her milk mustache. In hindsight, I'm not sure that was really family friendly there, but the milk mustache, that is a real thing. I guess it depends on the state of your mind when you're looking at it. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into the issue here. Battle Chasers, it's in like this RPG type world, magic and science. Now, believe it or not, they actually did do a video game, Battle Chasers. I think I have it on my Xbox One. I'm not exactly sure how old it is. It might be a 360 game, possibly. But it plays on the Xbox One. Huh. It's not a bad game. It's very. It is different for an RPG. Haven't finished yet. I kind of stopped playing it after a while. Just a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of forgot about it. I actually have not thought about it in quite a while since until, well, just now for obvious reasons. And it's not a bad game. It seems to be pretty faithful to the comic book so far, as I can tell. And yeah, a lot of, it's a fantasy world with fantasy science type, like Final Fantasy type stuff almost. The original Final Fantasy, not the new modern era of Final Fantasy. And yeah, so the redhead chick, she's part of the Battle Chasers team, but she's like, I don't know, some sort of rogue type or something. And let's see. I'm trying to get a sense of what's going on in this particular issue. Yes, you had multiple characters. They're working together. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what brought them together. I actually don't know the origins of the team and whatnot. But there's some sort of airship, I think. Was it an airship or is it a mountain? Well, I thought it was an airship there, but Jiminy Cricket, what's going on here? Okay, man. Maybe it's it's a floating. Okay, here's what's going on. Yeah, so these floating island, like chunks of mountain, just floating in the air. So that's where the airship is coming in, and yeah, like I said, this is a world of heavy magic and whatnot. But there's also a good deal of technology, like a retro magic based technology and stuff like that. As far as I understand of the world, and then I got these. That's a little terrifying right there. So they have these they're flying sharks, like literal flying sharks. Like that's just horror. That's terrifying. My goodness. Can you imagine just Alfred Stroll and that thing comes swooping out of the sky? That would just, oh my lord, that would just kind of make for a bad day right there. Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, so they're flying away from this mountain thing, which apparently they did something to it, and it's like pretty much just blowing up in the sky there. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, I have not actually seen this movie. I should probably get around to it sometime. Yeah, there's an ad in this one for basketball. The guys from South Park. Jeez, Pete. I don't think that would fly nowadays with modern Hollywood. But yeah, that was a thing back in the day. That would definitely not fly with modern Marvel and DC. Image, I don't even know if Image is still around. Yeah, you would not see an ad like that in modern comic books, I don't think. Not unless they're independent. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jiminy Cricket, let's see here. So yeah, they're just doing their thing. Yeah, so we got a couple more characters here. We got the giant mechanical golem type dude and the little mage dude down there. And then there's the girl. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I do remember her from the video game. So yeah, I think that's the rest of the team right there. And they're just kind of hanging out. She's eating fruit from a tree that the golem dude is helping her reach. And they're just doing their thing. But then, and they fall into a pit trap out in the woods. And yeah, they're forced to defend themselves and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not 100%. There's a king and stuff. Court drama sounded like. Oh, hold on. Okay, so yeah, this dude. Yeah, so they fall in this pit trap, and then we got this dude here, and he's just came out of nowhere. He's with the girl at the moment. The golem dude comes up. He's like, unhand her, and the old wizard dude. It's all I haven't heard anybody in a long time, but I will to protect this girl. And the dude's like, oh, well, it appears we have something in common there. So I think he becomes the other final member of the group. And something about the girl, I think she's supposed to be royalty or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was. She's like a princess or something. And they're trying to protect her. I don't know, somebody's after her. I don't know if her family was killed or what exactly happened. Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about the details of the series. But it definitely, based on the video game, it seems to have held pretty true to the comic and everything. Just skimming through this one issue. And I don't know, it's a fun one. It's not X-Men, it's not Avengers, Superman, but by and large, just based on what I remember from the video game, from what I saw in here, it's a fun one. It's not nothing. Now, granted, it's just one issue, so you have to read more of them, find out exactly what's going on. Ooh, excuse me. But by and large, so far it hasn't been a bad read. I have no idea how long this went for as a title. Not a clue. But I will say this: the art is nice. It's got some very nice artwork. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. I mean, that cover alone just squashes so much of the nonsense that's being pushed out right now by the at least the major comic book companies. The artwork in this is top notch. It's top notch, absolutely. Especially compared to a lot of modern quote unquote comic books. That's boom shakalaka. Okay, let's do this. All right, so now time to bag and board this puppy. Put her to bed. Yep. All right, here we go. So like I said, this one's in surprisingly good condition with a little bit of the ink coming off next to the binder. Put the corner in first, and it just slides in smooth as butter. Boom, 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 yummy. And boom. All right, there we go. We got ourselves a Bow Chicka Wow. There we go. Battle Chasers number 3, bagged and boarded, ready for storage. It's yeah, it's not a bad one. I will say this: compared to a lot of the modern stuff, this is by and large just hands down way better than probably anything you'll find from Marvel and DC in the modern comic book era. All right, there we go. Yeah, I have to say that box is almost halfway full. Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, when I first started, completely empty. I'm a little surprised at how full it is at this point. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we got next here. Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Wait. Hold on. I don't know if I'm just losing my mind or what's going on. Unless, I don't know. I came across a comic book. I think it was the last stream and the one before that. And I know I had at least skimmed through it recently. I thought I had done it on the House of G, but apparently not. And so I thought I had a duplicate of the issue. That's how fresh it was in my mind. But I didn't. So this one, either I did an issue for this one, it was either before or after it, which might be the case. Or this is another crazy level of deja vu. So here we got here, Uncanny X-Men, A Plague Upon Them. So this one's from July. Let's see. Yep. July of 1998. Ooh, doggy. There you go. Yeah, we got Cyclops, blasting through a murder of crows. How very fitting. And yeah, so it's basically it sounds like a plague of birds or something. So I remember going through an issue. It definitely connected to this one if it wasn't this one. Now, this is a good example here. The condition of the cover, like overall, it's in pretty good shape, except that the ink on the cover is kind of worn. Like you can see it right there. That white stuff, that's not supposed to be there. So yeah, unfortunately, if it wasn't for that, it would be in top-notch condition. The back is a little pitted. Apparently it was resting on something that was not very smooth. I honestly have no idea at this point. Like I said, I'm fortunate to even have my collection at this point. Because, you can still read them. They're the story, everything in between the covers looks fine. Looks fantastic. So, I can still read them and everything. Still enjoy the stories and everything. Yeah, so there's something going on. They're in Canada, and yeah, they're just out and about. Like I'm not sure what they're doing up there. Boom, a bunch of crows come at them, a bunch of birds out of nowhere, attacking them, and yeah, they're up in Canada for some reason. There's something to do with Wolverine. Wolverine had somebody in his, what do you call it? Oh, where am I blanking? Brain fart. Not under his protection, but in his custody. So, yeah, Wolverine, I can't remember who it was. Who was it? He had somebody in his custody. Wasn't necessarily a good person. It was a character fairly well known. And then this clown comes out of nowhere. This guy, he's apparently responsible for the birds. No idea who he is. I don't know if he's supposed to be a hero, a villain, a Canadian character. I got no idea. His name is Julian. He's got a tattoo of a shark on his entire torso for some reason. I got no idea. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so apparently this guy's just like straight up whack job, whoever he is, and has the ability to summon birds. So I know that much is going on. What is that? I got no idea. So yeah, G Institute for Genetics. Oh, down there. Okay, so this is this series of panels are in Manhattan. You got, yep, that's it. Okay, it's hard to see because there's actually a lot of green in these panels, but that is Rogue in there somewhere, like right there. And I don't know what that creature is right there in the giant tank. Some sort of mad genetic scientist or something like that. I got no idea. I don't know where that creature came from, but this guy is doing tests. Oh no, Rogue is not there. That's it. He's got some sort of footage or picture of Rogue. Okay, so yeah, so this dude is a mad scientist. So the creature that he does have in his lab, he refers to whoever as a perfect and lovely human being, which clearly is not the case. Yeah, this dude, oh my goodness. Yeah, he's missing some light bulbs there. Probably bought some bolts, nuts and bolts and screws that were made in China, I'm guessing. It kicks back to the X-Men up in Canada. And you got the weird dude that can summon birds and he's off his rocker. What the? Wait, what? What? Wait, wait, what? What? Okay, so apparently she's having some sort of flashback. Jean Grey, aka the Phoenix. So in the first panel, might be difficult to tell with the green that's all in there. But that's from like ages ago. The original X-Men before Beast was blue and everything. She's got her skirt outfit, which is actually a really nice outfit. It'd be really great if they brought that back. And apparently, yeah, she's having some sort of flashback. So apparently they were actually in this position before. In this location, exact location maybe. Because it looks like the exact same building. Unless, I don't know. Unless she's just superimposing. But then it cuts to the modern X-Men there. You know what? I like that original costume way better than that nonsense. Let me tell you. That is just classier, prettier. Even though it's kind of hard to tell with the green screen. Than that. Let me put it to you this way. Tight leggings are not fashion. They are not clothing. They are not attractive. Skirts, dresses on women. That's attractive. Somebody needs to teach these modern artists about basic, basic fashion. Come on. I'm not even a fashion guy. I like women that know about fashion, like real fashion, like the one on the left there. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Jiminy Cricket. So yeah, there's something about this dude and the birds. Where's Wolverine in this? I don't know. This might possibly be the issue before Wolverine comes into it with his prisoner, I guess you could say. That might be what's going on. This might have been the precursor to that issue that I was thinking of. And then okay, so this is where it starts to get kind of crazy. So this bird dude calls in all his crows and creates this giant bird man out of the crows. There's all individual birds, but he's somehow just bringing them together in this huge mass. And then shablamo, Cyclops lets it rip, and just he just annihilates the bird creature thing. Turns into toasty, crispy critters there. And unleashing a blast that big, it costs him. Yeah, his body couldn't handle that level of optic blast. But it was just so devastating. And yeah, so that he paid the price for that one. Now, unlike certain other modern quote-unquote heroes, they would do something like that and just shrug it off. Wouldn't even be a thing. This is yeah, even with their abilities, there are limitations. There are consequences to using their abilities. Something that modern comic book companies don't understand. Let's just put it that way and leave it at that. But apparently did the trick. Okay, that just got weird. So they've got this bird guy in custody now at this point, and something weird happens. His eyes go white and smoky, and then this bird spirit thing comes flying out of him or something, and the bird literally says the end he. I can't know yet. So it's kind of a weird story. Some sort of I don't know, Indian spirit type thing. Yeah. I'm not even 100% sure on what they're doing up in Canada. Maybe they were looking for Wolverine. Not 100% sure, and then they just maybe stumbled across this. I don't know. Seems like we're trying to go Alfred Hitchcock in this story arc. I don't know. It might be one of those things where you need to start from the beginning in order to really get a full grasp of what's going on. Because yeah, it's easy to jump in the middle of a story arc and not really understand it. Even though a good writer more often than not should be able to, even in the middle of a story arc, create that particular issue where it's still something you can understand it on some level at least and enjoy it for what it is. This one's kind of, I don't know, it's a little confusing because there's obviously stuff going on that is not explained or even touched on in this issue. Of course, like, keep in mind, I'm not reading it cover to cover. I'm just skimming through it as well, so that is another factor. And that's why I'm not looking to pass judgment without actually reading it in full like that. It's just just initial first impressions. There are, I mean, there's some interesting things, like this mad genetic scientist dude who's Jiminy Cricket. Based on that one panel alone, he's clearly off his rocker, and the biologist to me is actually kind of interested in that particular story plot element. So it's like, because I did go fairly heavy with genetics in school and everything. Let me tell you, which you'd be surprised. It's actually put a whole new spin on the X-Men for me. The background that I've got. So it's actually pretty interesting to go back through the X-Men, especially. So the X-Men all their abilities are based on genetic differences between normal humans and mutants. So yeah, that's been something, let me tell you. So yeah, unfortunately not in the best condition. Still readable. Still going to go ahead and bag and board it, keep it from getting any more damage than it already is. Even if it was in perfect condition, I doubt this thing would be worth that much anyways. The story doesn't really grab me that much, at least just skimming through it. There are some interesting plot points, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not jumping out at me, unfortunately. But it seems like a fairly solid X-Men story, though. So there is that. At least just skimming through it. All right, let's go ahead and get this baby put to bed. All right, there we go. Smooth as butter. Boom, boom, boom. Smooth as butter, but not all greasy like butter. You know, it's a nice. It's basically the best of both worlds right there. All right, here we go. All right, Uncanny X-Men, number, let's see, 357, July 1998. Bag and board, ready for storage. Boom, chakalaka. Let her rip, Cyclops. Yeah, who wants chicken wings for dinner? Sounds pretty good, actually. All right. Boom, chakalaka. All right, we're getting down to it, folks. All right. And the, ooh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so here we got Green Lantern. And as you guessed, a large part of the cover is green screened out. It's like, hey, it's like, now you see me? Now you don't. Now you see me? Now you don't. It's like, that's some pretty cool stuff right there, isn't it? I mean, this is the type of special effects deal that would normally, back in the day, it was all Hollywood. You had to be in Hollywood to be able to have the resources to do it. Now, I'm sitting in my bedroom / recording studio, and I can do stuff like this. I can make myself disappear. It's kind of crazy when you think about it in a cool way. And so, yeah, it might be difficult to read that. Yeah, the team up you never expected, because that's all in green as well. So you got Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner. Yeah, so this one, I do remember being excited about this one. This is issue number 100 from July of 1998. Kind of, yeah, everything's in green. Kind of wish I had a blue screen right now at this moment. Boom. So yeah, I was excited about this one. Hal Jordan is my favorite Green Lantern, hands down. I didn't really have a problem with Kyle Rayner. I liked him. I'm assuming he's still around, but when he first came out, yeah, I liked him. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that really made me dislike him. His girlfriend being murdered essentially before his eyes and everything, that was pretty heavy hitting. And that's one way to become a superhero. Born out of I mean, it seems like the best superheroes are born out of tragedy, because they have a better understanding of the importance of life and whatnot than the average person might, as we're witnessing in the modern era of real life. And yeah, it just seems like the Hale Jordan, I'm trying to think, wasn't so much tragedy, I guess, but he did stumble across the alien creature, and he's like, why me? So, I mean, Almanor, I can't remember his name. Yeah, the alien that made him green, that he did die and everything. So he didn't know him. There was a sense of tragedy there, not personal tragedy, but somebody did die and they passed it along to him. And being a officer or a pilot, he took it pretty seriously, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there. But I don't know. It just seems like some of the best heroes are born out of tragedy. And he's definitely got... I like Kyle Rayner. I do. I like him. Not as much as Hale Jordan. Hale Jordan, like I said, he's always going to be my favorite Green Lantern. At least the real Hale Jordan. I got no idea what they've done to him in the modern comic books. But the original one, yeah, he's always going to be my favorite. Kyle Rayner, I liked him. I did like him. So... yeah, so it starts off with a bang. No real explanation. You got Kyle Rayner, and he's like, I'm the Green Lantern. I'm the only Green Lantern. But who is that guy? He stumbles across two figures fighting, and it looks like one has a green ring, one has a yellow ring. He's like, could that be? Is that who I think it is? Because apparently at this point, he is the only Green Lantern. And okay, so the subtitle is In Brighter Days Past. You guess it, is Hal Jordan fighting one Sinestro with a yellow ring. And that's the old school one. That's not... Yeah, this is old school Hal Jordan and Sinestro there. Boom, knocks him into Kyle. Oof. And let's see here. Okay, so apparently what happened was Kyle Rayner went into the future trying to get back to his own time. So it sounds like he overshot into the past. Okay, so yeah, time travel. We got some time travel going on. That's... yeah, so a lot of things have changed. Yeah, so that's definitely past Hal Jordan, past Sinestro. Kyle's all shocked because he's like, Sinestro's dead. And Sinestro, he captures them both in a yellow cage and flies off. Let's see here. Which explains how him and Hal Jordan have teamed up. So this was, yeah, I'm thinking this was a fun one. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, so the original Green Lanterns had a weakness to yellow light. But then Kyle Rayner's ring doesn't have that impurity. They changed things up and whatnot with the new Kyle Rayner lantern. So Kyle just blasts right through the yellow cage. Hal Jordan's like, how did you do that? Because he's all flummoxed and perplexed because he's not supposed to be able to do that. And So yeah, Hal is trying to make sense of Kyle's ring, and Kyle's just like, he's non-committal. He's like, it's experimental. It's the best he can come up with on the fly. Fortunately, they got bigger things to worry about, meaning Sinestro. So Hal doesn't push it any further. There's the ancient grudge between Sinestro and the Guardians of the Lantern. Yeah, so we got, just Kyle and Hal are just, they're teaming up, going after Sinestro there. Sinestro, he attacks Kyle, but his yellow ring is useless against him. And naturally, he's all in shock because it's like, Kyle's from the future. He's got a different type of ring. And it's not supposed to be able to negate his yellow power ring like that. Yeah, so they're just going at it. So yeah, it is a fun story. My favorite Green Lantern with... Well, I don't know if Kyle is going to be my second favorite. Maybe, possibly. When it comes to the Green Lantern core, there's definitely some fun characters in the core. But as far as the Earth Lanterns go, yeah, Kyle's definitely my second favorite as far as the Earth ones go, for sure. No question there. What? And then the core does show up. And yeah, like I said, they got some interesting characters like this meatball-looking lantern. I have no idea who he is. I don't remember him at all. That's one of the fun things about having a cosmic, intergalactic space team. You can pretty much just come up with all kinds of crazy alien creature ideas. I wasn't expecting the space meatball. That got me. It just got me. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so finally, okay. So it looks like, I guess they defeated Sinestro here, and they're all just jibber jabber and talking away. So they finally have time to talk. Hal is like, "What's going on?" Cal confesses he's from the future and everything. So Hal's like, "Oh, okay, that explains it." And yeah, the Guardians are like, "You are a time loss. You shouldn't be here." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." It's like, oh, so I guess Sinestro actually escaped. Wait a minute. I might have skipped right over that. Oh yeah, so Sinestro escapes, but I guess they actually captured him in the original timeline. It sounds like. And Kyle's like, "Let me stay and fix it." But the Guardian's like, you need to go back right now. And Kyle, he starts kind of going on a little bit of a tantrum. So you can tell he's definitely on the younger side, less, more hot-headed and whatnot. Not that, pilots like Hal Jordan, they can be hotshots and whatnot. Kyle's definitely a bit more hot-headed and whatnot. I don't think he has that military discipline that Hal Jordan had. But he does rein it in and whatnot, collect himself. Okay, so I guess they convinced the Guardians to let him stick around to go after Sinestro, which they do. So it's not just Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, it's the entire Corps going now. And Sinestro puts up quite the fight. Because the Green Lanterns of that time, they do have the weakness to yellow, which does give Sinestro an advantage, even going up against an entire Corps. with the exception of Kyle Rayner. Yeah, he's the only one that does not have that weakness to yellow. Oh, okay. Actually, I wasn't. Okay, this might be a new piece of information for me here. Even though I did read this before. Something I just never even knew about the Green Lantern rings, at least the original ones. So yeah, they're going after Sinestro. Boom, Sinestro gets the better of Kyle. That's Kyle Rayner down there. Stabs him with a yellow spear. Which, if he had his original... If he had it... So what happens is... This is what happens. So... Yeah, he skewers Kyle Rayner. Straight up skewers him. But then, boom. Kyle Rayner's fine. Pops back up. And... So apparently, he switched rings with Hal Jordan. Not exactly sure why. And so he clearly states that Hal Jordan's ring will protect the wearer from mortal injury. That is something I actually was not aware of when it came to the original Green Lanterns. I'm not sure how I didn't know that, because I've been reading Green Lantern for a long time. I don't know, apparently it wasn't something they really touched on very much. Because I know a lot of Green Lanterns have actually died in the line of duty, so it's a little confusing. If the ring protects them from mortal injury, how can they die? Yeah, I don't know. As far as I know, that's something they just haven't touched on much, at least in the last few decades. Interesting. Then you would think with Kyle Rayner's modern ring, he might not have gotten beat down to begin with. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. So yeah, in the end, they beat Sinestro, take his ring, and bring him in for the trial. Because if you know anything about the trial of Sinestro, I think they gave him a death sentence, which he quite rightly earned. And okay, so that might be what's going. Okay, so that might be the time frame. So he got slingshot into the past, where right before they captured Sinestro. Let's see here. Actually, it's not. So Sinestro, even though he's not wearing the ring, he still has a telepathic connection. Activates the ring, gives Hal Jordan a shove, and then, well, I'll give you 3 guesses what happens. Kyle Rayner gets sent back to his proper timeline, and Hal Jordan gets shoved into the time portal along with Kyle. So now Hal Jordan is actually in present Green Lantern timeline as of July of 1998. So yeah, this was actually a fun one. I mean, they did kind of plagiarize from the actual Green Lantern history and everything. The capture of Sinestro and whatnot, and they threw Kyle Rayner into the mix for the story. So in that regard, it wasn't terribly imaginative. They just rehashed an old story while changing one of the factors in there. So there's that. But it was still fun. It was a fun team up story. It was just cool having Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan fighting side by side, and then boom, Hal Jordan gets slingshot to the present time. I don't know if I have any of the issues following this one. Hopefully I do. We'll find out here, but it's pretty cool. I would actually like to see what happens with Hal Jordan in the present timeline, and to see what happens and everything. So, yeah, honestly, this was a fun issue. Not too terribly imaginative, just going back in time and plugging Kyle Rayner in. But it was fun to see them fighting side by side, Hal Jordan and Kyle. And then that opens the door to Hal being flung into the, into his future, into Kyle's present. And yeah, I'm legitimately interested to see how that went. I honestly cannot think of whether or not I have any of the immediate issues after this one. This is issue number 100. So it was a cool one. It was all in all, it was a cool one. It was a fun one. Yeah, it was really great seeing Hal Jordan again in action. Side by side with the at the time current Green Lantern. It was cool. It was cool. I liked it. Oh man, if I don't have 101, I might have to see if I can get that one. Just, I am curious. I'm curious to see what they did with Hal in the present time, as of 1998 at least. Ooh, doggy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this baby back and boarded. It's in half decent shape. There's a little bit of wear along the edge on the top, a little bit wrinkled, and in the back side on the bottom. It's not mint, not near mint. It's in pretty good condition though, pretty good condition. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and bag and board it, and hopefully maintain the condition of the book. Yeah, corner of the binder slides right in, smooth as butter. Boom, chakalaka. There we go. Ooh, doggy. And there you have it, folks. Oh, no, get in there. There we go. All right. This is Green Lantern number 100. Yeah, they rebooted the series, I think. I want to say they rebooted the Green Lantern title numbers with number 1 with Kyle Rayner, maybe, possibly. I might have to look that up. Yeah, they started rebooting the numbers and everything. It was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to look that up, see exactly what went on with that, but that's number 100. Kyle Rayner, Hal Jordan, galactic team up of the century, at least as far as DC goes. Ooh, doggy. Bagged and boarded, ready for storage. Let's go ahead and put this puppy to bed. Boom, chakalaka. There we have it. And there we have it, folks. I think that's going to do it for today's House of G. It was a fun one, at least for me. I hope it was for you too. Went through some interesting issues there. That Green Lantern one was that was definitely a cool one for me, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm excited to find out if I have any more of the Green Lanterns after that one. We'll find out here. We'll definitely find out. And yeah, it's just really nice taking that trip down memory lane, back to when comic books were actually fun, when they were actually worth, taking the time to, to read them, to spend money on them to begin with, bag them, board them, protect them, long-term storage, save them for another generation of comic book readers. Just can't say the same about modern comic books at this time. So it is really nice having this collection to go through. It's yeah, it's just been so much fun. It really has, bringing back so many memories, good memories at that. So, and it has also been eye-opening, especially the contrast between this collection and what's going on in the modern comic book world. The contrast is pretty startling at times. But yeah, at least I got the back issue stuff to go through and to relive those glory days of comic books. So, ooh, doggy. All right. Well, I hope this helps to launch your Monday and to launch your week. Hopefully this makes your Monday a little more enjoyable, a little more fun, and hopefully enjoy the trip down memory lane. Boom chakalaka. Well, hope you have yourself a great rest of your week, and I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. The House of G will continue whenever my main channel kind of settles down a little bit. I will try to get back into more of the rants and whatnot. And with that said, thank you again. This has been another House of G, home of the OGG, the original geek, and the original gamer. Ooh, doggy. All right, you have yourself a great one.